Welcome to That Girl Applying Pressuah, the podcast for women who are building, becoming, and believing. Hosted by yours truly, Tamera Parker. I'm Tamera Parker. I'm 28 years old. I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner. I am located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My business is a custom baking business where I specialize in custom luxury buttercream cakes for all different occasions, weddings, baby showers, birthdays, gender reveals, anniversaries, any celebration that you may need a cake for. I'm your girl. Cause what's a cake? What's a celebration without a cake? Not only do I specialize in the cakes, I also offer online and in-person classes for those people who are maybe a cake decorator or, a at-home cook who wants to learn how to bake and decorate from scratch, or even if you don't want to decorate, you just want to bake. I teach that as well. Here we're going to have real conversations talking about marriage, everyday life, business, faith, all different type of things. This is a safe space and I want everybody to feel comfortable and to know that you are not alone. You might feel like you're alone, but you are not alone. We all go through things and we're all growing and becoming. So if you feel like you're that woman who wants to take your life to the next level, want to do more than just the everyday 9 to 5, and you want to be around like-minded women, you're in the right place. This podcast is for women who are chasing their dreams while carrying responsibilities, because we all do that. And most of the time, all at the same time. The woman who loves God but still has questions. The woman who's healing from heartbreak, learning how to show up for herself, and figuring out how to apply pressure in every area of our life without losing ourselves in the process. Because we know that it is so easy to lose ourselves, so easy to focus on other people. And that was one thing that people told me a lot when I had my baby. Don't lose yourself. It's so easy to lose yourself when you become a wife, when you become a mother, or when you become a caregiver, or just are career driven. It's so easy to lose yourself. In the beginning of the year, everybody have their New Year's resolutions. My New Year's resolution, and mostly everybody's New Year's resolution, is to lose weight. But they do that for maybe like the first week, 2 weeks, and they stop. But my New Year's resolution this year is that I wanted to be around like-minded women. I wanted to have friends who are on the same level or a little bit higher level than I am, or who are doing something, making moves. Because I just feel like, dog, I'm not like in my circle. I feel like I'm one of the main people, one of the main people who are business minded and want to take myself to the next level. And I'm like, I want to be around women who want the same thing, or who are on the same level as I am, or striving for the same thing at least. Because most of the people that I'm around not really striving for that. And that's okay. That don't mean that I have to not deal with them, but I just know how to deal with them now. But that was one of my prayers in the beginning of the year. Like, God, I want to be around like-minded women. I want I want to be around like-minded women. So I that was my resolution for this year. I want to be around like-minded women. I want people who are on the same type of time, who want more for themselves, who want to start a business or have a business. And that's what we talk about. We going doing business meetings. We going doing brunch, eating, talk about business, doing, coming up with new business ideas and just taking ourselves to the next level. We having Bible study. We talking about God, having real deep conversations about God. Have I been in the club? Yes. But is that my thing? No. So yeah, that's what I wanted. To be around women who want the same thing as I want. So I decided that I was gonna fast and I was gonna pray. I asked God to please quiet the distractions that's in my life. I want to be able to clearly hear from you and know that it is from you. So I originally had the idea for my podcast in 2023. And when I had the idea for the podcast, I never told nobody that I wanted to do a podcast. It was literally just a thought, just something that I kept between me and God. One of my mom friends just texted me out the blue one day and said something about a podcast. Mind you, I never had told her that I wanted to start a podcast. The Holy Spirit had told her that I wanted to start a podcast. And so she texted me about a podcast and she was like, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. It's this was for somebody else. I wasn't even for you." And I, was telling her like, "Hey, like I want to start a podcast, but I don't know where to start. I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. None of that." So she started running down the things that she seen me doing in my life. I was real heavy in the gym at that time and really prioritizing my health. And I had been on a health journey, on a weight loss journey. I have lost 50 pounds. That was the most weight that I ever lost was 50 pounds. And that's a lot. And I was in that gym. So I used to post me in the gym all the time. Post me in the gym, post me making my cakes, just post my everyday life. And she was like, all these different things that you're doing, that's applying pressure. That's applying pressure. Because it's so easy to say, okay, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to eat right. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to drink water. Those are the things that it take to live that type of life that you want to live. If you want to lose weight, but you don't want to do what it takes to lose weight. So when you start doing what it takes to lose weight, that's you applying pressure. So she just was breaking down to me all the different things that she seen me doing in my life and was like, "Girl, you applying pressure. You applying pressure." And women who are young, old, in their middle 30s, early 20s, late 20s, 40s, anybody and everybody can relate to you because they see you going to the gym, see you eating right, see you talking about God, see you doing your cakes, all these different things. Because not only do I do cakes, I have a job as well. I have a job still until my business take off the way I know it's going to take. Well, I ain't even gonna say the way I know it's gonna take off because baby God gonna blow my mind. I want God to use me. God is gonna blow my mind. When I say I have so many different ideas and things that I want to do, that's just unimaginable to me. But God said that all of those things are possible. So if you feel like that you're that woman who is trying to still live out your dreams, and you're trying to handle being a wife, handle being a single parent if you're a single parent, handle being a caregiver if you're a caregiver. I was a caregiver at one point in my life. I did it for my grandma. It was me, my uncle, my auntie, my cousin. And when I talk about that, I get emotional because it's hard being a caregiver, especially to a loved one. So we're going to talk about all these different things. I was a caregiver to my great auntie who passed away last year. She was 92. You're trying to be a caregiver. You're trying to take care of yourself. You still have dreams and goals that you want to achieve. And sometimes you feel like I'm not going to be able to do none of this. I'm not going to be able to live out none of my dreams, none of my goals, nothing. You can. You could do it. It just take applying a little pressure. Now, yes, you're going to be tired. But if you really want something, you got to do what it takes. My mama and my grandma was what my first examples of applying pressure, what I seen in my life, but didn't realize that it was applying pressure because I just felt like it was normal. My grandma had 3 jobs at one point. Baby, I had 2 jobs. I had 2 jobs. I was in culinary school. Baby, I was tired, but guess what? I wanted it. I wanted all those things so bad. I had 2 jobs because my first job that I was working was at McDonald's. It was at McDonald's. I'm not ashamed to say it. It was at McDonald's. I didn't have no responsibilities at the time. I didn't have nothing but my car insurance because my car was paid off. So I didn't have nothing but my insurance and my phone bill and, my money to do whatever else I wanted to do and to help my grandma put groceries in the house because at that time I was living with my grandma. So I had 2, and then my second job was at an actual restaurant because I was in culinary school, and I wanted to have that experience of working in an actual kitchen because I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna be doing, in this field. So I want to have an actual job working in the kitchen. So I ended up having 2 jobs at one time and going to culinary school. But I grew up seeing my grandma do that when she passed away. Her house was paid off. Her car was paid off. She took care of all of her stuff. And she didn't make nothing but $13. At the most, she made $15 an hour her whole life. So I said all that to say it's not about how much you make. It's not about where you work at. It's about how you spend your money, how you prioritize the things in your life, and how bad you really want something. Nothing is ever going to change until you change. Until you change what you're doing, until you change something. You can't never keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. It's never going to work. Never. No matter what you're doing, it's never going to work. That's just like if I change change the locks to my door at my house and expect to keep using the old key to get in, I'm never going to get in. You got to change something. So we're going to have real conversations talking about real life things. I can relate. We all can relate. We all can relate to one another in one area or another, whether we think so or not. It's one woman who probably going through something that you've been through and she can help you through it, or probably is currently going through something that you're going through or have been through and can help you through it, or vice versa. Baby, this is a judgment-free zone. When I say judgment-free zone, this is a judgment-free zone. Episodes will be dropping every other Wednesday on YouTube. Please make sure that you are following us on all of our not Instagram, all of our social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All of our handles are That Girl Applying Pressure on Instagram and on TikTok and on YouTube as well, where you can catch our episodes. All episodes will drop at 4 p.m. If you would like to be a guest on our podcast, please make sure to email us at thatgirlapplyingpressure@gmail.com, and I will most definitely be in contact with you so we can get this ball on a roll. But if you feel like you are that girl who are becoming that woman who is trying to figure everything out, who is trying to start a business or have just dreams in general that you want to live out, you want to start living and not just existing, baby, you're in the right place. So welcome to That Girl Applying Pressure. See y'all later on the next episode.